Commentary. The intersection of prayer, queer, Ukraine, and don't say gay. This has been a dire week for all of us at home and abroad. We are watching the most shocking attacks on the LGBTQ+ community by radical Republicans in Tallahassee than has been seen in an entire generation. We are watching a shocking attack of free and democratic Ukraine by radical Vladimir Putin and Russia. Both events create fear in the LGBTQ+ community, at home and abroad. But we are also watching unprecedented national and international reactions growing on both fronts. At significant times like this, many turn to God. The relationship of LGBTQ+ and religion are complicated for many reasons. So today, Queer News Tonight thought the words about prayer in momentous moments like this should be considered. The world's largest queer church, Sunshine Cathedral, and their senior minister, Reverend Dr. Durrell Watkins, provides this evening's commentary on prayer. His words may surprise you.
I've spent my life, 5.5 decades so far, praying for peace, for cures, for justice, for guidance, for miracles. And honestly, prayer is starting to get on my nerves. Not quiet communion with a higher power. I need that, like I need air, rest, and food. And I don't mean joyful gatherings where everyone is affirmed and celebrated and a divine light is recognized in every soul. That sort of corporate prayer feeds me still. And I'm not referring to the loving, soulful, heart-rending cries of hope for loved ones who are hurting. How could we ever abandon those moments of care and concern? But I do tire of calls for divine intervention from above to resolve the messes we make intentionally. We vote for warmongers and war profiteers, and then when war breaks out, we pray for something beyond ourselves to somehow fix the mess. We support businesses that insist women's bodies are not their own to control, and that pump funds into political campaigns that are soul-killing and life-threatening for LGBTQ kids. And they say, don't say gay in schools. And then pray, God bless America. We resist treaties and agreements meant to protect our planet, and then say grace over meals as if we weren't working to destroy our source of healthy food and clean water. We pray for victims of gun violence while refusing to pass laws that could limit gun violence. We cling to theologies of violence and damnation, and then pray for comfort when experiencing hell on earth. Those are the prayers that have worn me down. The prayers to gods of greed and rage and slaughter and bigotry, asking them to save us from the consequences of worshiping greed, rage, slaughter, and bigotry. Oh, I'll keep praying. Prayer is part of me, but prayers long ago stopped being requests to Santa God or pleas for protection from Rambo God. Well, mostly. I can't say that I never fall back into old habits. But now my prayers tend to be affirmations of possibility, gratitude for opportunities, visualizing love, awareness of and awe for being part of an interconnected web of existence, and a willingness to allow my conscience to guide me to contribute to healing solutions. Oh, I'll keep praying. But just as God has become an almost useless and sometimes toxic word to refer to ultimate reality, perhaps I need to find a better word for prayer. I'll pray about it.
Wow, that was great.
Wow.
Very powerful.
What do you think about Santa God? I thought that was
Rambo God.
Rambo God. You do a lot at Unity on the Bay in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think about
Well,
that?
I mean, prayer is part of my everyday. I mean, when I saw Durrell, I went more to my AA principles, my Alcoholics Anonymous principles, right? Because we're so used to, as addicts and alcoholics, to do those foxhole prayers. Please don't let me get pulled over. Please don't let me get caught. Please don't let me run out of booze. And in AA, we start learning how to pray for others instead of praying for ourselves. And in that context, we end up getting paid back 100 times over. So I mean, prayer has always been very, there is huge power in prayer. There really is, even when it feels so out of our control.
What do y'all think about the idea that we are at a very unique moment in our history? His commentary, which I was very interested in, your setup that we're in a generational moment, both here at home and abroad. That it's just too much for our community, that we're just too overwhelmed to receive the rejection that we are seeing here, and the despots abroad and what they're doing. What do you think about the moments of the time that we're here, which is what Reverend Watkins is talking about?
I think that everybody feels overwhelmed. I think that in our community, we get so much stuff thrown at us. Look at these horrible stories that we have to tell here on Queer News sometimes, you know, but we've got to stay vigilant. Of course, we all want to throw in the towel sometimes and say, screw this, you know, but if we don't get together and we don't unify, we're going to be in some deep, deep doo-doo.
Well, and I saw what Durrell was saying is more of like a call to action. He's saying, you know, let's not just pray these worthless prayers. Let's actually change who we are so that we don't have to have those prayers.
Do you think we'll do that?
No. Because the corporations have control.
Oh,
Because it's about money. It's not about religion.
oh, yeah, that's a harsh reality.
Yeah, well, we've this week starts the third month of the year, and we have a big date on the calendar in November, and so we'll have to find a way to answer that question, because we have lots of big things
Coming.
coming on our campus.
You're welcome.
Okay.
LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out television network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBT